Okay, good morning, class. And in this lecture, we will be covering our pricing and discounts. As a future pharmacist, you will have to deal with pricing and discounts, especially if you're going to work in a community or in a retail setting. You will be probably promoted to manager, and you're going to be in charge of discounting and pricing. If you're going to put up your own pharmacy in the future, you would have to contend with how to price and how to initiate discounting to maximize your profit margins. So let's start with price. So pricing is an act of putting a set amount of value in an item that is being sold. The appropriate price of an item should yield a profit, not too much that it deters customers, and not too low that you might not make bank in your monthly revenues. So the appropriate price for any item is actually up to you. It mainly depends on your market settings or where you are located or your competitors. So it's a very variable thing that you need to decide for yourself. What is discounting? Discounting is the act of reducing the sale cost of an item due to a sale or due to an item being sold by bulk or wholesale. So sometimes you will have to run promos in which there is a reduction in the sale price of your items. And most of the time, if you're going to buy a lot of product for your stock, you might receive some discounts for buying a lot of items at once. So this is called your bulk or wholesale pricing. So in the future, as a future pharmacist or a pharmacy owner, wholesale pricing would actually be one of the greatest leverages you can have to increase your profit margins. So if you have a discounted item and you sold it at full price, the amount that was discounted is automatically added to your profits. So the alternative name for discounting is called your marking down or markdown. Next term is your markup. So markup is the part of the price which contributes to the profit. It is the amount on how much more do you sell that item compared to how much you bought it, or basically how much more or what is your expected profit for the item. So in Tagalog, it's called your tubo. So markup has a very simple formula. It's basically your selling price minus your acquisition price. Your sale price is how much you're selling the item for, and acquisition price is how much you bought the item for. So next we have percent markup. So percent markup is the percentage of the markup compared to the acquisition price. It's different from your markup, in which markup is an absolute value in terms of currency, like in pesos. So, take for example, your markup is 40 pesos. It means for every sale, you earn 40 pesos. But for percentage markup, it's a relative value on how much you increased the price based on the acquisition price. So it's a useful metric for determining on how much are you increasing the price an item for. Okay, and it's very practical for some situations, like if you're a Lazada seller or a Shopee seller, in which the cost of selling is in percentage. So there might be some situations in which you have a large amount of markup, but relative to your acquisition price, it is small in percentage. The costs of selling would actually bite into your profits. So percent markup is useful if any case that you have additional costs in terms of percentage. Next is markdown. So markdown is the reduction of selling price. We mark down to generate sales or to clear our inventory, especially if we have expiring products or if we have marketing activities. The formula for markdown is very simple. It's basically old selling price minus new selling price. So how much you previously sold it for, less the current price you're selling it now. And you also have your percent markdown. So uh, if you noticed in discount, sometimes they're going to express it in percent, sometimes they're going to express it in absolute value like markdown. So sometimes it's 10% off, sometimes it's 100% off. So those are two different metrics for pricing. So markdown is the simplest one. You simply less the amount of discount. While percent markdown, there's a formula to get the percent markdown. It's markdown over old selling price. So here on the top part of the screen, you're going to see the whole formula for percent markdown. If you want to simplify it, it's markdown over old selling price multiplied by 100. And the formula for markdown is old minus new selling price. So next we have the different types of discount. So we have two main types of discount, the plain and the series discount. For the plain discount, this is usually used if you only have one discount when you're buying something. So you less the percentage of the discount directly, and on the screen you would have two types, the two formulas for this or for getting the discounted price. So the first one is original price multiplied by 1 minus percent markdown over 100. So basically, you're multiplying it with uh, decimal, 0 point something. The other one is the formula for discounted price. Again, this time we're going to subtract the original price less the discount. So you're going to get the discounted price. So either of these formulas is valid. You would get the same answer using these formulas. So for plain discount, you're simply going to use these formulas. But for the series discounts, these are used in situations in which you have more than one discount. Like for example, you have a regular discount of 10% and you have a 5% discount for being a SM Advantage card holder. So you're not going to add the two discounts together. That's wrong. You're going to get the wrong answer. What you're going to do instead is you're going to separately discount the price. Like for example, you have 100 pesos. You need to apply the 10% discount and you will get the discounted price. So like for example, let's go into get 10% first. 100 times 0.9. So you're going to get 90 pesos. So this is the first discounted price. Next, you're going to discount it again using the second discount. So 90 PHP multiplied by 1 minus 0.05. So the answer is 85.5 pesos. So you're basically running plain discounts twice. Okay. What's gonna happen if we add the discounts together? If you simply added the discounts together, take for example 100 PHP. So the total is 15. 1 minus 0.85. So that's 85 pesos. So there's a zero point 0.5 difference between the two. The correct one is 85.5. Okay. So that's how you get the plain and the series discount. A good example of the series discount is the next slide, which is our senior citizens discount. So for our senior citizens discount, it's made out of two parts in which you have 20% The senior citizens discount is 20%, and the VAT is removed, which is also is which is 12%. So do not add 20 plus 32. Uh 20 plus 12. What you're going to do is to less it first with VAT, then less it with the senior citizens discount. You take for example, you have 100 pesos. For senior citizens, you have to less VAT first. So 100 times 1 minus VAT is 0.12. So that's 88 pesos. Then you're going to apply the senior citizens discount, which is 20%. So that's 64 pesos. Hey, wait, 80 minus. Yeah, that's 64 pesos. Okay, what would happen if you use 32%? So 100 pesos. 1 minus 0.32. You would get a price of 68 pesos, which is wrong. Okay. So you're not going to add the two percentages together. Okay. Next, let's run some sample problems. So a tablet is bought at a supplier for 10 pesos each. We want to mark the item up by 35%. What would be the selling price of the item? So let's use the formula for percent markup. It's markup over selling price. No, sorry, acquisition price. Multiplied by 100. So the percent markup is 35%. Our markup is, we don't know how much our markup is, but our acquisition price is 10 pesos. And yeah, so 0.35 equals x over 10. So our markup our markup is 3.5 pesos. That's our markup. So the selling price is our acqui plus markup. So it's 10 pesos plus 3.5 pesos. That's 13.50 pesos. Or a much simpler one is you simply multiply it with 1 plus 0.35. You would still get 13.50 pesos. If you're a graduate of ABM, I think this would be very easy for you. Next, if the selling price of a suspension is 120 pesos and the cost of acquisition is 60 pesos, what would be the percent markup and how much is the markup? So the markup is very simple. Our selling price is 120, our acquisition price is 60, so the markup is 60 pesos. So it's selling price minus acquisition price is your markup. Now let's compute 4% markup. It's 120 minus 60 over 60 times 100. So the answer here is 100%. Okay, so twice the value is 100%, thrice the value is 200%. So the formula for percent markup, selling minus acqui over acqui multiplied by 100. So that's how you got percent markup. Next, if the markup of the item is 25% and the selling price is 100 pesos, how much is the acquisition cost of the item? So we have the percent markup. We also have the selling price, but we don't have the acquisition cost. So markup is selling price minus acqui over acqui times 100. So we know the selling price, it's 100 pesos, but we don't know our acquisition price. So 0.25 equals 100 minus x over x. 0.25x equals 100 minus x, and yeah, 0.75. No, it's 1.125 since it's a negative number. 0.25x plus x equals 100. 1.25x equals 100. Divide both sides by 1.25 and you would get 80. So this is the acquisition price of the item. Next, an in-ear headphones cost $150 originally, but due to a release of a newer model, the manufacturers decreased the price to $110 to clear the inventory of the first version. How much is the markdown of the item and what is the percentage markdown? So markdown is old minus new selling price. So 150 less 140, 110. So the markdown is $40. And if you want to get the percent markdown, it's markdown over old selling price times 100. So 40 over 150 times 100. It's the 26.67% markdown. Next, if an item was on sale for 20% off and the current cost of the item is 180 pesos, what's the original selling price? Okay, so percent markdown is 20%. The current cost is 180, so we don't know the old selling price. $0.2 is x minus 180 over x. 0.20x equals x minus 180. So negative x plus 0.20x equals negative 180. So this is negative 0.80 x over negative 180. Let's divide both sides by negative 0.8. Negative 0.8 x equals the original selling price was 225 pesos. Okay. So as you noticed, most of these problems are just based on algebra. The original price of an item was 3,500. The item was sold at a discount of 30%. What was the discounted price of an item, of the item? So it's 3,500. So the formula simply 1 minus 0.3. 100. Oh, sorry. It's 0.7. So the new price is 2,470 pesos. 2,450. Since we're simply getting the discounted price. Saridon usually goes on sale from 5 pesos to 1 pesos per tablet. You bought 20 tablets of Saridon at 1 peso per tablet. How much did you save compared to buying it at normal price? So this one is a very simple problem. So the savings is 4 pesos. So if you bought it at 5 pesos, yes. So it's 5 times 20. It's 100 pesos. However, you bought it at 1 peso each, so you only paid 20 pesos. So you saved 80 pesos. Very simple. Next, you are offered a 25% discount by company A to supply you with a certain drug. Then you are offered by company B a 10% discount for choosing them and another 15% discount by a special sale. Which of the following companies will you choose in order to make the most profit? Okay. So in this problem right here, there's no price. You need to make up a price so you could gauge how much you're saving actually. So let's have 100 pesos. So let's have A and let's have B. Let's have both price at 100 pesos and let's apply straight discount for A and serious discount for B. So 100 minus, 100 multiplied 1 minus 0.25. So you're getting a 75% of the original price, that is 75. However, but for company B, 100, you have to discount it by 10%. 1 minus 0.1. So that's 90. Then we have 90 pesos. We're going to discount it with 15%. So it's 76.5 pesos. So obviously you saved more using the straight discount. So you have to go with company A because you save a little bit more than going with company B. So the 1.5 peso difference per 100 pesos. Okay. So if for every 100 peso you save 1.5 pesos and you bought 10,000 divided by 100 and 1.5, you save 150 pesos. Still, it's still a saving and you should capitalize on them. Okay, so that would be all for pricing and discount.